Today I'm going to unbox some stunning goth bags, accessories, clothing and homeware items. By shopping strategically, I saved around $180, which is the price of a 4-day Wave-Gotik-Treffen festival ticket. As a thrifty Gen X Goth mama, I am going to share my best goth-on-a-budget shopping tips before unboxing the biggest box yet. Trying everything on and heading out to a club to see friends, dance, and give a couple of these pieces a proper wear test. I have 3 kids, so of course I need to be financially responsible, and I also prioritize having experiences over accumulating stuff generally, but I absolutely appreciate beautiful things. I also love a bargain. I never want to pay full price. I don't care if I'm not the first to get something. I'd rather wait until the price goes down, especially if there are international shipping and import fees involved. I don't jump at 5% off. You can bet there's a bigger sale around the corner. Hold fast, my friend. Brands like Killstar have frequent sales, sometimes up to 70 or 80% off, and I'll typically wait for site-wide sales if I want to buy a pricier statement piece. I apply additional discount codes. I always check for codes and offers. I got all the items in this video on sale, but I applied an extra Killstar code at checkout just to see if it would work, and I got an additional 10% off. I buy goth brand seconds and samples. Imperfect items are a lot more affordable. I can always fix them up or customize them if I like. Otherwise, I just enjoy them as they are and appreciate the discount. I look for secondhand bargains. I used to buy the majority of my clothes secondhand, and although I do think it's harder to source bargain treasures today, it's definitely not impossible. I'll show you some more recently thrifted finds soon. I use Vinted and occasionally eBay for secondhand online shopping, and I still love rummaging around in charity shops. I shop locally when possible. I avoid expensive shipping, import duties, and additional fees whenever I can, and supporting local artists and businesses is a great bonus. I'll watch reviews. If I've not purchased from a brand before, reviews can be helpful. My friend Aodie from Awkwardly Gothy reviewed some purchases from Avelina De Moray last year, and I loved what I saw. I buy clothes in my style from non-goth brands. I've been working in environments that have warranted a so-called soft goth or corp goth expression for over 20 years. It's incredibly easy to build a practical, affordable, everyday wardrobe like this. I've attended community clothing swaps. It's a great way to pass things on that I no longer use. I have several clothing swap items that are still regular favourites, and they cost me absolutely nothing. I go to flea markets. Flea markets are places where you never know what you'll find. I was lucky enough to attend a local goth market recently. Shout out to Dance with the Dead and Club Dirt. I spent the equivalent of about $27 on handmade pins, patches, earrings, secondhand cure vinyl and more. And I supported local artists from my local scene. I take care of what I already own. I'll hand wash certain things, even if I could technically put them through the washing machine. I'll happily mend a tear with a needle, thread, and stubborn patience. And honestly, preserving the life of something I already own can be far more satisfying than buying something new. I'm selective about what I buy, and I carefully consider if I'll actually use something. If something I've purchased doesn't work for me, I donate it, I pass it on. I like nice things, but I'm not a hoarder. I'm okay with missing out. At the end of the day, as much as I love aesthetics and pretty things, if I can't afford something or it sells out before I can buy it on sale, oh well. I never buy on credit cards. I only use money that I have on hand. Beautiful things can absolutely add a little magic to life, but they shouldn't define it or determine self-worth. To use a baking analogy, substantial happiness is the cake, and the things that spark joy are the fancy sprinkles on top. Ultimately, something special is just that, but more random stuff won't make me more happy. And on that, owning more goth stuff doesn't make anyone more goth than someone else. I completely reject that notion. I identify as goth because I've been listening to goth music since the early 90s. I still participate in the subculture and I support my local scene. The clothes and the stylistic trappings are just one part of it. And some of the people I know who've been around the scene for years don't look identifiably goth anymore, but they're absolutely part of the subculture and goth at the core. I'd really love to know your thoughts on that. Do you think substance matters and not just style? Is any of this important to consider at all? Okay, I've rambled enough. Let's see what's in the box. I was joking about every box getting larger, but it's a fact. My goodness. Look at the size of this thing. You can probably tell by the shape. This is one of the Killstar coffin bags, but it could actually be a real coffin. It's huge. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this box. This was for Black Friday, so this is super belated. The rest of the stuff that I ordered is probably inside. I like that they've put it in this to protect it. This is so beautiful. I thought about putting a message on this. Steal this bag and consider yourself hexed. Just in case. Is that super paranoid?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, look. I mean, I'm not really a fan of logos and such. I don't really care for branded things. But in terms of the bat, that's kind of cool. I like it. All right, let's open this thing up. Oh, can I show some details? Check out these. It feels sturdy. It's not going to add tons of weight to your luggage. I'm always concerned about that because I've overpacked a bag and had to rummage through it at the airport and put on extra clothes. Not fun. And here is all my other stuff. Look at that. Empyrean lace leggings. I'll have to try those on. And this is one of the only homeware things that I've gotten from Killstar. I ordered this stuff just after Halloween. We were over at our friend's place and they had the most beautiful Halloween decor, but their place always looks immaculate. And I think I was maybe a little bit inspired when I saw this. Okay, come out now. Here we go. Yay, styrofoam all over the bed. If this is broken, I will be so sad. There's no leaking, so I'm guessing it's okay. I hope you like this. If the pictures were anything to go by, this is going to be adorable. Oh my gosh, it really is. It really is. Are you getting that?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. That is incredible. The bats have left the bell tower. That's so beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted it to be. I'm thrilled. I have to hurry through this a little bit because we're on our way out tonight. What's the thing that we're going to called again? Back from the basement?
Yeah, that's it.
80s to 90s post-punk goth revival with the original scene DJs of the time. This is really nice. It's simple, but that's going to be great. I'm going back to Australia. This will be perfect to wear in a transitional season here in Sweden and also in Australia. It's lightweight jersey fabric, feels really nice. And it'll go with anything. Layer it, wear it with a harness, wear it for work, not offend my boss. This actually might be a harness, speaking of harnesses, or a belt. It is a harness. That's going to be perfect to wear. This is actually my first Killstar harness. I've had harnesses before. It was cheap. I figured why not throw this in. It feels really nice. And I like the hardware too. Darker metal. Nice hardware. Feels very secure. Good quality vegan leather. That will go really nicely with that dress actually. And then this must be the belt that I got. And this I had been eyeing for a while. I know it's a cliche, but I'm fond of batty things. And I really liked this design. I do not know if this will suit me. I'm not really a thicker belt person. I like chain belts, but I don't have anything like this. So again, because it was on sale, I figured why not give it a go. Been looking at it for some time. And I do like the bat design. And again, with a dress like that, really plain, simple dress, I think this is a really lovely way to dress it up. So we'll see how that goes. Could I try wearing the harness tonight Maybe
Yeah,
I will.
yeah, go
It
for
might
it.
go with what I'm wearing. I'm really happy with that. I need to revisit the prices that I paid. From memory, they were really good. Hence the haul. The bag was a big investment. Now I'm almost a bit too scared to use it. It's so beautiful. Encourage me to take it to VGT and not be paranoid, please. Because I don't want to be a big weirdo and go, I can't use that because some rando might steal it. I don't want to doubt my fellow man. Definitely don't want to doubt my fellow goth. What goth would do that to another goth, you know? They'd be a pretty crappy goth. But some people are. You know, we're not immune to having souls in our midst, are we? I'm also afraid to take it on the cruise. Someone from housekeeping might look at it and think that I'm a scary person because I've got a suitcase shaped like a coffin. I think I'm just being paranoid now. So this Satanic Panic revival, metalheads getting arrested in Russia and whatnot, is bringing back trauma from the 90s. If I stand next to it, can you see? It kind of comes up to just below my hip, and I'm 169 centimeters tall, whatever that is in inches for the people who still use that system that makes no sense. Look at this. That's really nice. I know it doesn't look so nice with the plastic still in the handle, but trust me, it's nice. It feels nice. It's very smooth. And again, it's quite lightweight, but it doesn't feel flimsy. It will protect my stuff. Definitely because most of the stuff that I travel with is just clothes. I didn't notice this because of the angle and the light. You can't see it like this, but check this out. There is a little dent right here on the corner, which is sad and somewhat disappointing. Having said that, I don't think I'm going to be quite so precious about it now. Is that weird? It's almost like it's already got a dent. If I take it to VGT and it gets another ding, then it's all right. So I'm both happy and sad about it. I'm happy sad. What can you do? What can you do? There are worse problems in the world, right? And the rest is fine. Check it. You can enjoy this with me from a sensibility perspective. Hopefully you appreciate the aesthetic. Avelina De Moray, do you know who she is? Alright, so she's an Aussie, for one thing. And I'm going to link to her profile in the description and give you a rundown on who she is. I think I got the last or the second to last one of these. If I remember correctly, this is the Dani Divine collaboration. Oh, look at this. It is. Wow. Details. Always appreciate these. Okay, look at her. She is stunning. Gorgeous. This is a note from Avelina herself, and it says, "Hi Marissa, thank you. Enjoy your coffin. These have sold out now." So I did get the last one. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. The logo, I think, is upside down. And I'm like, I don't care about that sort of thing. But I wrote to her just to confirm what it was. I love this ribbon, by the way. It's that really nice thick satin ribbon, but it's also got this beautiful silver embossed text. That's so cute. This is really nice, I can tell already. This is the most elevated coffin-shaped accessory that you can get, I think. This apparently is upside down. Does that make a difference? I genuinely do not care. I think that looks fine, just as it is. It makes no difference to me. And look at that. That is so beautiful. Are they diamantes? I thought they were studs because these are like little rivets, but these are diamantes. And then there's more on the spider as well. And you've got velvet, PVC, and then this fake snake skin. So you have this textural difference, and then this vegan leather. That has to be one of the most beautiful and exquisite makeup bags ever for a goth. It doesn't get better than this. The hardware's really nice too. Everything's super sturdy. Oh my gosh. And you've seen the state of my current makeup bag, haven't you? With the busted zip. But this one, it's a lot. Oh my gosh, look at this. She said you can use this as a handbag. She wasn't lying. This isn't a makeup bag, come on. I mean, yes, it is, because look, you've got a place for your brushes. This keeps everything in place. This is the most stunning makeup bag, but also handbag. That is crazy. You get what you pay for sometimes. A piece like this is an investment. but I have no regrets. And I have no regrets despite the shipping, which is always exorbitant, from Australia. She was so sweet. She wrote back to me within minutes of me writing to her to ask about this logo business, which again does not bother me at all. And I think it was 25% off just because of that. And I'm like, nah, sold, give it to me. And the handwritten note on the back of a photo of Dani Divine, that's adorable. She's a sweetheart. I'm super happy that I supported her. Fellow Aussie too. Way to go. I don't know if I'm going to wear it out to the event tonight. Imagine if they didn't let me in for some reason with the bag. They've got weird bag restrictions sometimes in Stockholm. I'm clipping this on. Let's see how easy this is to do. Very, it turns out. Oh goodness, that is so nice. That's definitely a handbag. I mean, it's a handbag slash makeup bag. I go out with my makeup as well, so I'll be using it for both. But that does not belong in a bathroom. That needs to be seen. I wore the harness to the club and I've now worn it to several gigs and events. It still looks new and it feels secure and comfortable, so I can safely recommend it. If you want to see how the coffin suitcase travelled, stay tuned for my VGT video, and there is so much I have to share with you about VGT this year. Not only did I see 19 bands, but I met several of them too, and without giving too much away, so that'll be coming soon and much more. Do you have any tips on budget goth shopping? Do you have any favourite shops or events I should know about? I always check out recommendations, I always appreciate them. Saving almost $180 on the stuff that I showed you today is fantastic, but what I really love is what that saved money can become, like a weekend away with the kids or a ticket to VGT. Thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time, be well and stay magical.